If you wanna stay with me, if you wanna try.
A quiet girl sits in the back row of Class 7B, always wearing an oversized hoodie, always looking at the floor, never raising her hand. Teachers think she's shy. Students think she's weak. Everyone thinks they know who Mia Chen really is. But one day, during the mandatory war recording exam, the entire school watches a helmet feed from the Frontier War, and the soldier wearing that helmet has Mia's voice. How did the weakest girl in school end up saving an entire battalion? Stick with me, because what you're about to hear will change how you see quiet people forever. My name is Kai, and I was sitting 2 seats away from her that day. The classroom lights dimmed. The giant wall screen lit up with the title, Random Historical Recording, Year 2148, Battle of Kepler Ridge. Standard test. We were supposed to analyze tactics for extra credit. The feed starts. Snow whips across the camera. You hear heavy breathing, boots crunching. A young female voice, soft but steady, whispers, "Squad, fall back to grid 7. They have orbital strike locked on us." I freeze. That voice. I know that voice. I turn to look at Mia. She is staring at the floor harder than ever, hands gripped tight under the desk. On screen, plasma bolts tear through the night. 32 Marines are pinned down by 3 times their number. Their lieutenant is already gone. The AI drone overhead announces only 9 minutes until the enemy walker arrives. Everyone in class thinks the squad is finished. Then the camera turns. We finally see the soldier behind the voice. Short black hair under the cracked helmet. Small frame swallowed by oversized armor. A private stripe on the shoulder. Name tag reads M. Chen. Gasps fill the room. Someone behind me whispers, "No way." The girl we called Mouse is giving orders like she was born doing it. She tells the scared medic to breathe. She tells the sniper hissing plasma gunner to count to 5 between shots to cool the barrel. She marks targets faster than the battle AI. But here's where my heart stopped. The enemy walker crests the ridge early. 8 minutes ahead of schedule. A walking fortress, with shields that laugh at normal weapons. The Marines have one chance, an old-fashioned satchel charges. Someone has to run straight at it, climb the leg, plant the bomb inside the knee joint. The sergeant yells for volunteers. Silence. Snow keeps falling. You can almost hear hearts breaking. Then Mia's voice, calm as a lake, "I'll do it." Classmates start crying in their seats. On screen, tiny Mia slings 3 charges across her back, no shield, no cover, and starts running through open ground. Red targeting lasers dance across her chest. She doesn't zigzag. She just runs straight, like she's late for school. Halfway there, a laser cuts across her side. Armor melts. She stumbles, keeps going. Blood freezes on the snow behind her. My throat hurts because I realize I'm not breathing. She reaches the walker. Starts climbing. Metal claws try to shake her off. She wedges the first charge, second charge, third. The timer starts beeping.
10, 9, 8.
She should jump clear. Instead, she pulls a broken rifle from her back, jams it into the knee actuator, and fires the last magazine to make sure the joint locks. The walker falls forward, crushing her against the snow.
3, 2,
1. The explosion lights up the ridge like a new sun. When the flash fades, the walker is on its side, burning. The remaining Marines charge and win the day. Kepler Ridge is saved. The war turns because one private refused to leave her squad behind. Back in the classroom, the recording ends. The screen goes black. For 5 full seconds, nobody speaks. Then the teacher, voice shaking, says, "Private Chen received the Galactic Star and requested her identity stay hidden until graduation. She wanted a normal senior year." Every head turns to the back row. Mia finally looks up. Her eyes are red, but she gives the smallest smile. Someone starts clapping. Then the whole room. I'm crying and clapping like an idiot. Even the kids who used to laugh at her are on their feet. She stands up slowly, pulls off that big hoodie everyone mocked, and underneath she's wearing a tiny silver pin shaped like a star. She never bragged. Never needed to. But here's the twist that still keeps me up at night. After the assembly, I found her in the library. I asked why she hid it. She answered, soft as ever, because real strength isn't loud, Kai. It waits until someone needs it. Then it shows up. I didn't want worship. I wanted friends who liked boring old Mia. I couldn't speak. She hugged me and whispered, promise you'll be kind to the quiet ones. They might be carrying whole worlds inside. That was 2 years ago. Mia graduated, disappeared back into normal life, no interviews, no fame. But every yearbook still has that photo of her in the hoodie, smiling like she knows a secret. And now you know it too. So the next time you see someone sitting alone, head down, never speaking up, remember Kepler Ridge. Remember a girl who ran into fire so others could live. Strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it just waits quietly in the back row, ready when the universe calls.
What about you?
Who's the quiet person in your life that might be hiding galaxies of courage? Drop their initial in the comments. Let's remind the world that heroes don't always wear capes, sometimes they just wear hoodies. If this story moved you even a little, hit that like button. Subscribe for more true HFY stories that prove humanity's heart is our real superpower. Turn on the bell, because next week we're telling the story of the janitor who stopped an alien invasion with a mop bucket. You won't believe how. Thank you for watching. Stay kind, stay curious, and never, ever underestimate the quiet ones. The story isn't over. It lives in every shy smile that carries silent stars. See you in the next one. 2 weeks after the Kepler Ridge video broke the school, life should have gone back to normal. It didn't. First day back from spring break, I walk into homeroom and almost drop my backpack. The back row seat is empty. Mia's seat. But there's a single sticky note on the desk that says, in her tiny handwriting, gone fishing. Tell Kai not to panic.
Panic? Who's panicking?
I'm totally fine. I just sprint to the office to ask where she is. The secretary smiles like she's been waiting for me. Mia transferred to the Marine Junior Academy on Luna. Left yesterday. Said she finally got bored of pretending to be normal. I stand there with my mouth open so long a fly almost moves in. That afternoon the entire school is buzzing. Someone starts a rumor that Mia is actually an AI sent to test human kindness. Someone else swears she was secretly training us to be her future squad. The gym teacher starts doing push-ups in the hallway and crying, I could have made her do burpees. Then the funniest thing happens. Principal Ramirez walks into the cafeteria holding a box of old hoodies, the exact same oversized gray ones Mia always wore, and announces from now on, every Friday is Hoodie Hero Day. Wear one to remember that strength can hide anywhere. By Friday the whole school looks like a cloning accident. 700 kids drowning in gray fabric. Even the football team. Even the principal. We take a drone photo from the roof, and it looks like a giant marshmallow exploded. I'm laughing so hard I almost missed the text that lights up my phone. Unknown number. Stop wearing my hoodie inside out, dummy. The tag itches. Me. MIA?
Mia, nope.
The Easter Bunny. Yes, it's me. New number, new planet. Me. You left without saying goodbye. Mia, I said goodbye. You were asleep in math. I poked your cheek and whispered later, nerd. Me. I thought that was a dream. Mia, cute. Listen, pack a bag. Weekend pass starts Friday. I need my Earth tour guide. Miluna? I can't afford. Mia, already paid. Galactic Star comes with a stupid amount of credits.
Stop arguing.
2 days later, I'm strapped into a shuttle, heart pounding, wearing the same hoodie, right side out this time. The whole ride, I'm imagining Mia in fancy officer boots, barking orders, scaring cadets twice her size.
Shuttle lands.
Door opens. There she is on the tarmac, same hoodie, same messy ponytail, holding 2 ice cream cones like nothing ever happened. You're late, she says, licking chocolate off her thumb. I thought you were at military school. I am. But today is Saturday. Saturdays are for ice cream and breaking rules. Come on, I want to show you the low-gravity bounce park before the instructors notice I borrowed the base rover. She drags me across the moon like it's recess. We jump 30 feet in the air, land in slow motion, laugh until we can't breathe the thin, recycled air. At one point, she pushes me off a crater rim, and I float for a full minute screaming Zakar while she films it on her wrist pad, already planning to send it to the group chat. Later, we sit on the edge of a lava tube, legs dangling over blackness, eating moon dust-flavored popsicles. Don't ask. They're awful but hilarious. I finally ask the question that's been burning since the recording. Why'd you come back to normal school after everything? She thinks for a long time, watching Earth rise like a blue marble. Because I was tired of being a story, Kai. Out there I was Private Chen, the kid who blew up a walker, the miracle. I just wanted to be the girl who forgets her homework and likes terrible pop songs. I wanted to know if people could like me when I'm small. I nudge her shoulder. You were never small. She smiles, the same tiny smile from the classroom that day. Good answer. Your training is going well. We laugh again. Somewhere behind us, a drill sergeant is probably losing his mind looking for his missing star cadet and her civilian accomplice. And that night, she sneaks me into the Academy Observatory, turns off all the lights. The dome opens, and the Milky Way pours in like someone spilled diamonds across black velvet. She whispers, "You know the funniest part?"
What?
Every quiet kid on Earth is watching that recording now. They're sitting a little straighter. Some of them are going to save the galaxy one day, and nobody will see it coming. I just got to be first. I look at her, silhouetted against a billion stars, hoodie sleeves still too long, still hiding her hands like always. Hey, Mia?
Yeah?
Promise me when you save the galaxy again, you'll at least text first. She grins. No promises. But I'll try to bring ice cream. We're still sitting there when the instructors finally track us down. 2 very angry sergeants and 1 very confused astronaut ice cream vendor. Worth it. And somewhere out there, 700 kids in gray hoodies are falling asleep smiling, dreaming of the day the universe needs them. The story still isn't over. It's just getting loud in all the quiet places. I'll tell you what happens next week, when Mia accidentally starts an interplanetary food fight with alien cadets and somehow ends the Cold War between Earth and Mars over spicy noodles. You're not ready, but you will be. Stay curious, stay kind, and keep an eye on the kid in the oversized hoodie. They're probably about to steal a rover and rewrite history again. See you in the next one. 3 months later, I get a video call at 3:17 a.m. Earth time. I pick up half dead, and there's Mia's face filling the screen, upside down, cheeks smeared with something orange and glowing.
Kai.
Emergency. I need you on the next shuttle. Bring hot sauce. The spicy kind. Like, burn your ancestors spicy. I blink. You woke me up for hot sauce?
No.
I woke you up because I accidentally started a diplomatic incident with a Martian delegation, and the only way to fix it is with Earth Sriracha. Long story. Shuttle leaves in 6 hours. Pack light. The line goes dead. 6 hours later, I'm sitting in the Luna departure lounge holding a backpack with 3 changes of clothes and 17 bottles of hot sauce rattling like maracas. A cadet I don't recognize runs up, salutes and yells, "Civilian Kai. Priority transport for the Sriracha Savior. Move, move, move." I don't even ask anymore. When the shuttle docks at Phobos Station, the first thing I see is Mia in full dress uniform, except she's wearing neon pink bunny slippers someone clearly forced on her. She waves like a kid who just broke a window. Turns out the Martian Diplomatic Corps came for the yearly Friendship Games. Think Olympics, but with zero-G wrestling and laser tag. Mia's team was supposed to lose gracefully to keep relations warm. Instead, she accidentally won every single event because, and I quote, "I got bored." The final event was culinary exchange. Each side cooks for the other. Earth team made mild butter chicken because the handbook said Martians have sensitive taste buds. Martian team made something that literally translates to lava revenge soup. 1 sip and 3 Earth cadets started speaking in tongues. So Mia, being Mia, stood up, said "Excuse me," walked to the kitchen, and came back with a single bottle of Earth hot sauce she'd been hiding in her boot for emergencies. She poured half the bottle into the mild butter chicken, stirred it with a spoon like a witch, and declared, "Now it's fair." The Martians took 1 bite, turned the color of tomatoes, and started cheering. They'd never tasted real spice before. They thought we were holding out on them for 50 years. Suddenly, the Martian general is crying happy tears, hugging Mia, calling her tiny fire goddess. Earth Command is furious because now the Martians want to rewrite the treaty to include annual spicy food shipments. Someone calculated it will cost billions. The only solution diplomats can think of? Another cook-off, this time on neutral ground, judged by an AI that has never tasted food in its life. Guess who they picked as Earth Team Captain? That's where I come in. I'm officially the logistics assistant, which means I'm the only one allowed to carry the forbidden hot sauce past customs. We have exactly 4 days to train a team of Marines who think black pepper is extreme. Day 1. Half the squad ends up in medical because they tried to impress Mia by chugging pure capsaicin extract. Day 2. Mia invents something called Taco Tuesday Terror Surprise and accidentally sets off the fire alarm on the entire station. Day 3. The quiet kid from engineering, yes, another hoodie kid, shows up with a secret family recipe that makes grown Martians faint from joy. The night we're in the kitchen practicing the final dish. Mia is wearing the bunny slippers and an apron that says kiss the cook or I'll shoot you in a friendly way. She looks at me, covered in sauce up to my elbows, and says, "You know this is the most ridiculous way I've ever saved the solar system, right?" I laugh, so hard I snort hot sauce out my nose. Suddenly the lights flash red. Station AI announces, incoming unscheduled broadcast, galaxy-wide feed. The main screen lights up. It's the Martian general, wearing the same pink bunny slippers. He raises a bowl of our practice chili and says in perfect English declares, "People of Earth, your tiny fire goddess has taught us that friendship tastes like burning. Therefore, Mars officially surrenders the cook-off and requests adoption papers. We wish to become spicy cousins forever." The entire station loses its mind. Cadets are hugging Martians. Someone starts a conga line. Mia is standing on a table getting carried around like a champion while still trying to stir the pot with one hand. Later, when the cameras are gone and the kitchen is destroyed, we float outside the observation deck, watching Mars rise like a red lantern.
Mia nudges me.
Think we did it again? Did what? Save the day without firing a single shot. I grin. You just weaponized snacks. Exactly. War is easy. Lunch is hard. She pulls out 2 juice pouches, contraband earth mango, and hands me one. To quiet kids with loud hearts, she says. We clink pouches. And somewhere on Earth, millions of kids watching the broadcast are putting on hoodies, grabbing hot sauce, and smiling at the strangest peace treaty in history. But next week gets weirder. Because the Venusian cloud cities just sent an invitation written in glitter. Bring your bunny slippers. We have floating dessert wars. Mia is already packing. And I'm starting to think the galaxy isn't ready for hoodie season. I'll tell you how a cake fight at 60 kilometers altitude almost restarts 3 wars next time. Don't touch that skip button. The quiet ones are just getting warmed up. The invitation from Venus arrived in a glitter bomb. I'm not exaggerating. A silver drone the size of a basketball flew into Phobos Station, hovered over Mia's bunk, and exploded into pink sparkles that spelled out in perfect cursive. Tiny fire goddess plus 1 nervous earth boy. You are cordially invited to the 87th Annual Cloud Cake Championships. Location, Stratosphere City, Aurora, Venus. Dress code, fluffy. Bring stretchy pants. RSVP before we run out of whipped cream. Mia read it once, looked at me, and said the 5 most dangerous words in the galaxy. How bad could it be? 48 hours later, we're strapped into a pastel pink diplomatic shuttle that smells like cotton candy and regret. The pilot is a Venusian teenager with butterfly wings made of holographic light who keeps calling us cuties from the spicy planet. The moment we break through Venus's clouds, my jaw drops. Floating cities made of white stone and glass drift between golden storms like giant birthday cakes in the sky. Balloons the size of houses tug at golden ropes. Music made of wind chimes and laughter fills the air. We land on a platform covered in marshmallows. Actual marshmallows. Soft, bouncy, slightly sticky. I take 1 step and faceplant. Mia records it in 4K. A welcoming committee of Venusians, all tall, all glowing, all wearing more glitter than clothing, rushes over screaming. They lift Mia into the way you lift a trophy. One of them kisses me on both cheeks and leaves lipstick shaped like tiny hearts. Then they announce the rules of the Cloud Cake Championships. There are no rules. Just 3 days of baking, throwing, catapulting, and eating the biggest, fluffiest, most ridiculous cakes in the solar system. The winning team gets the golden spatula and bragging rights until the clouds freeze over. Losing team has to wear the loser apron, a bright yellow thing that says "I got creamed on Venus," for a full year in every official photo. Mia's eyes light up the way they did right before she ran at that walker on Kepler Ridge. I know that look. Galaxies tremble when she makes that face. Day 1 is simple. Bake the tallest cake that can survive hurricane winds at 60 kilometers altitude. Our Earth-Mars joint team. Yes, the Martians followed us in their own red shuttle screaming "We want more burning," ends up with a 20-meter red velvet monster covered in chili chocolate ganache. The Venusians counter with a lemon cloud cake, so light, it tries to float away 3 times. We have to lasso it with licorice ropes. Day 2 is the relay. Teams fly on winged jetpacks delivering ingredients across the city while the other teams pelt them with custard pies. I get hit in the face so many times I stop counting. Mia discovers that if you spin fast enough, the custard forms a shield. She finishes the relay looking like a dessert tornado and still holding a perfect bag of flour. By day 3, the entire stratosphere smells like sugar and chaos. The final event, Cake War. Both teams get 1 hour to build defenses out of nothing but dessert. Then we fight until one team's flagship cake is completely eaten or destroyed. We build a fortress out of brownie bricks, marshmallow mortar, and a moat of molten chocolate. The Venusians build a castle made of cotton candy that literally floats above the battlefield and rains sprinkles. The whistle blows. It's beautiful madness. Pies arc through the sky like comets. Whipped cream cannons go flump, flump, flump. Someone invents a slingshot that fires entire cheesecakes. I accidentally sit on a tray of eclairs and slide halfway across the battlefield like a creamy torpedo. Halfway through, Mia climbs the tallest tower of our fortress, holding the chili chocolate ganache bucket we saved from day 1. She looks down at the glitter-covered Venusian general and yells, "You forgot one Earth tradition." She dumps the entire bucket. The chocolate is warm. The chili is weapons grade. The Venusians freeze mid-throw, taste the air, and their eyes go wide. One by one they drop their pies and start moaning in happiness. The floating cotton candy castle slowly drifts down because every pilot is too busy licking chocolate off their arms. 15 minutes later, the battlefield is quiet except for the sound of happy eating. Both teams are sitting together sharing the last slices, faces smeared, hair full of sprinkles, laughing like old friends. The head judge, an ancient Venusian with a beard made of spun sugar, raises the golden spatula, looks at the mess, looks at us, and declares, "Technical victory, nobody. Moral victory, everyone. New rule starting today. Every year the trophy goes to whoever throws the best party, not the best cake." They hand the spatula to Mia. She immediately breaks it in half and gives one piece to the Venusian general. Then she breaks those halves again and keeps going until every single person on the platform has a tiny golden shard. I'm covered in frosting, floating 2 feet off the ground because I ate too much, watching the quietest girl in the galaxy turn 3 planets into one giant family. That night we all lie on the marshmallow platform watching triple sunsets paint the clouds cotton candy colors. Someone starts singing an old Earth song about friendship. Martians join in off-key. Venusians add harmonies that sound like wind bells. Mia leans over and whispers, "You know what the best part is?"
What?
Next year they invited Jupiter. I choke on a marshmallow. Jupiter? The gas giant?
Yeah.
They have storms made of ammonia ice cream, apparently. I stare at her.
She grins.
Pack warmer clothes, Kai. And just like that, the quiet kid in the hoodie has the entire solar system wearing fluffy pants and measuring friendship in calories. But trust me, the story gets even sweeter. Next time I'll tell you how we accidentally turned a diplomatic ice cream summit on Jupiter into the biggest food fight the gas giant has ever seen, and how Mia discovered that sometimes the strongest weapon in the universe is a perfectly timed banana cream pie to the face of a 40-meter storm elemental. You're gonna want snacks for this one. Stay fluffy, stay spicy, and never trust anyone who says dessert can't save the galaxy.
They're probably right.
See you in the clouds. The shuttle to Jupiter took 9 days, and by day 3 Mia had already bribed the entire crew with homemade cinnamon rolls. By the time we reached the floating resort city Callisto Drift, a giant snow globe full of pastel clouds and gentle lightning, every single passenger was wearing a paper chef hat Mia folded out of star maps. The Jovian hosts greeted us with the deepest, politest bows I've ever seen. They were swirling storm spirits, basically living tornadoes made of rainbow gas, wearing tiny bow ties. Their voices sounded like wind chimes in a hurricane. Welcome, friends of the tiny fire goddess. Tonight we feast on the legendary ammonia gelato swirl of eternal friendship. They weren't kidding. The main hall was one enormous bowl. The ice cream inside was taller than a skyscraper and slowly rotating like a soft-serve galaxy. Lightning forks served as spoons. The contest was simple. Whoever could finish their bowl first without freezing solid wins the eternal ladle and permanent bragging rights. Losing team has to wear the shame beanie, a neon pom-pom hat that sings off-key lullabies 24/7. Mia took one look at the mountain of ice cream, rolled up her hoodie sleeves, and said, "Game on." We formed the ultimate squad: Earth Spice Squad, Martian Chili Brigade, Venusian Glitter Bakers, and me, official taste tester and human heater. The storm spirits counted down in perfect harmony. 3, 2, 1.
Dig.
It was glorious chaos. Venusians started flinging glitter sprinkles that exploded into warmth bubbles. Martians poured liquid chili that turned the cold gelato into spicy sorbet steam. Earth team added hot brownie chunks that sank like deliciously. I ran around with a hairdryer on maximum, trying to keep everyone's tongues from freezing. Mia, tiny Mia, climbed the side of the bowl like it was Kepler Ridge all over again. She reached the very top, planted a tiny Earth flag made out of a napkin, and yelled, "For friendship and brain freeze." Then she cannonballed straight into the center. A tidal wave of rainbow ice cream surged outward. Everyone got drenched. The storm spirits actually shrieked with laughter, which sounded like a symphony of kazoos. The entire hall turned into the biggest, happiest food fight the outer planets had ever seen. 10 minutes later, the giant bowl was empty, mostly because it was now evenly distributed across every single guest, wall, and ceiling. The head storm spirit floated forward, covered in fudge, bow tie crooked, and declared in the gentlest thunder voice imaginable. We appear to have miscalculated the human capacity for joy. There is no winner. There is only dessert. They tried to hand Mia the eternal ladle anyway. She took one look at the shame beanie, now sitting on my head and singing Twinkle Twinkle in a chipmunk voice, and got an evil little grin. With the most serious face of a galactic hero, she placed the ladle on top of the beanie like a crown. I now declare Kai, the nervous Earth boy, supreme ruler of all frozen treats. Long may he sing off-key. Everyone lost it. Even a lightning spoons clapped. That night we floated outside the snow globe city watching Jupiter's storms dance like slow fireworks. Mia leaned back in 0G, hoodie fluffy with dried ice cream, and said quietly, "You know what I learned on this crazy trip, Kai? The universe is huge and scary and full of wars nobody wants. But give people cake, spice, or a ridiculous hat that won't stop singing, and suddenly we're all just kids trying not to get frosting in our hair." I looked at her, my best friend, the girl who once saved a battalion and now saves galaxies with snacks, and started laughing so hard the shame beanie fell off and floated away into space, still singing. Somewhere behind us a storm spirit caught it and put it on proudly. Mia grabbed my hand. "Come on, Supreme Ruler. Shuttle leaves in an hour. Someone has to go home and explain to Earth why the entire solar system now celebrates Hoodie Dessert Day every February 30th. I groaned. There is no February 30th.
Exactly.
We just invented it. Tradition starts now. We waved goodbye to our new cloudy, spicy, glittery family and climbed aboard the little shuttle painted with cartoon cupcakes. As Jupiter shrank behind us, Mia leaned her head on my shoulder and whispered, "Thanks for coming on every ridiculous adventure, Kai."
Couldn't miss it, I said.
Someone has to carry the hot sauce. She smiled the same tiny smile that once hid a galactic star. And somewhere out there, across every planet, moon, and floating city, quiet kids in oversized hoodies are tying on aprons, cracking eggs, and turning sugar into peace, one ridiculous dessert at a time. The wars are over. The kitchen is open. And the shame beanie is still singing somewhere near Ganymede. The end of the beginning. But honestly, Mia just texted me from the shuttle bathroom. Bring sprinkles to the asteroid belt. The dwarves heard about chili chocolate. So, yes, see you in the next video. Stay sweet, stay spicy, and never take off the hoodie. The galaxy might need saving with frosting tomorrow. Mic drop. Ice cream scoop drop. Whatever. We out. Orange heart.